Well, it's that time of the year when everybody is starting to think, well, the holidays for sure, but also what's happening in my future? What's going to happen in my future? And how do I prepare and how do I plan? So, women that are in my elite group, we they know about my book and they asked me to do a video about how do I do my annual book every year that's been monumental in terms of increasing my business, staying focused, feeling connected with what I know is true about what I deserve, what I want, and to surpass some of the goals that I had. Because when I start doing my meditations and my clarity and really solidify what I know that I want, what I deserve, how valuable I am, how appreciative I am. When I start putting into that book, then things just start happening for me in a very powerful and significant way. And when you do it, it's going to happen to you too. So I'm doing this now so that you can use this weekend, future weekends during the week to really start building your own book to ensure that you have 2022, 2023, 2024, whatever year this is for you, that you have the tool that you can use on a daily basis to stay focused, be clear, get excited about what you're doing. So, let me start first with sharing with you what my book looked like for this year. So, yes, it's beaten up because I am able to carry it with me everywhere to ensure that I stay focused. So, I'm going to tell you to first then you get yourself a spot. Does it not need to be fancy? Make sure that it's light. I order these on Amazon. They're really light and but they have, it's hard cardstock and it's something that's light enough for me to carry around. This is what I did all year. So that what we're going to be working on to do. I also added these I bought some of these tabs so I could put a pen in it. Honestly, you don't have to because I keep on losing the pen, as you can see. What I've done throughout the year is I have tabs along the way of areas specific to me and my business. And we're going to be going through that. I'm going to do 3 videos today so that you can follow along, so you could spend time today doing this. So, my most important, most powerful, most, oh my gosh, this is fantastic part of this is actually what happens in the back. In the back, these are tabs that I follow and read in on a daily basis so that I could stay very focused. And today, this session is going to be about these tabs so that you can stay very focused. So if you notice what I've done, I've been able to list this year my milestones. I have a list of my guides. I'll be going over what this means for you today. I have here my declarations that I follow through, and all of these are handwritten. It's really important that you write these, I think, by hand rather than typing on a computer, because hand to eye movement really gets you connected to your body and gets you to be real clear. So, declarations, my affirmations that I look up, I use something called the Jabez prayer, your self-confidence formula. Now these, as you can see, I read through them. You'll see that times that I've not read them, that sometimes the words over time don't work out. My annual, my annual numbers, and I'm going to talk to you about what this means in terms of logging your numbers and staying focused on your numbers. And then at the end, I have my monthly. So this is what I'm going to be working with you on today, is for you to create your own book. Now, what has this meant to me? Fantastically, wonderfully, gratefully, focus, 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 focus. Clarity about where I'm going, clarity about what I'm doing, and that's what we're going to be talking about here. So first things first, get yourself a book like this, just a composition book. Number 2 is you'll need some sticky folder pieces. So like I'm having here, little stickies. Third, you are definitely going to need a black Sharpie. Black Sharpie is really important because things fade over time if you use a pen or anything else. So you're going to use a Sharpie, and that's really important. Then you're going to need some blank pieces of paper, and I'll show you why in a minute. I put them on a clipboard because as I'm talking to you, I want to make sure that I stay focused. And for those of you that have the book or know of the book, it will be helpful for you to have Think and Grow Rich nearby so that you can use some of the tactics and tools that he offers you in the book. Mine is very worn. All right, so let's start. So the first thing, the big thing, the one thing is you want to put on your book 2022. This is my declaration. This is your declaration. When you write these numbers, this is where I'm going. So if you're in 2023 and you're watching this, then put 2023. If it's 2024 and you're watching this, put 2024. Just put the year on it. That's number one. Number two is you want to put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to take 10 of these, what are they called? You know, the little tabs. They're reusable. You can pull them off the paper, put them on. You want to take 10 of them, and you want to put them on your paper like this. This I found has been very helpful because sometimes if I put it in the book first and then write, or if I'm writing on these things and then put the tab, I'm not as clear. I don't remember everything that I want to do. So I lay them out like this. So, you know, I put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. 10. You put those on the tabs. Then you take your handy dandy Sharpie. And let me go over what some of these are for you so that I write the handy dandy sharper. So let me just share with this. So I have, first, I have income, monthly, self-confidence, 17 seconds, Jabez prayer, affirmations, declaration, guides, and milestones. So let me start to share with you. Let's start from the beginning. Income. What does this mean? So before you start writing, you might probably want to understand what I'm talking about here so that you could get clarity for yourself. So income. The reason we're going to have an income section is because oftentimes I find people are so focused on what's going out that you don't celebrate and appreciate and notice what's coming in, especially on a daily basis. Money is emotional. Money is energy, but we make it very emotional. So money is a lot of energy going out. Money just wants to be around people that are appreciating it, applauding it, sending out the energy of a celebration. And so it's really, really important, so important that on a daily basis, you are celebrating the income you are receiving. It's one of the most important things you could do for success is that you celebrate the income that comes to you. You celebrate what's going in. So you're going to create a part in your book that helps you on a daily basis do your income. So the best way to do that is start from the back page. So if I'm going back here, the back of my book, I'm actually going to count 14 pages. So I'm going to do one. I'm going to just use ones with a line. So don't use it like that. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yay! So you're going to take one of your stickies, or you can take from the paper that you have, like I have here. So I'm going to write on my sticky here. I'm going to write here. income. And I'm going to take that little tab and I'm going to go back to this book and I'm going to put it right here. So now I have income. All right. Then, so what's going to happen is every single day, starting January 1, you're going to go to your income tab. And I'll show you this year's book. You're going to go to your income tab and you're going to write out the first amount of money that's coming in for January. So if you see here, like last year, I wrote the first one came in on 1/4, $138. I write it down. I go, woohoo! So you're going to write down January 1. What came in January 2? You're going to write it all down. Just write it. This is really important because the more you are focused on writing down the income you receive, the more income you notice you have coming in. The more income you notice you have coming in, the more excited you get. The more excited you get, the more you're putting out that energy. And it's really important that you stay focused on it. Very, very important. By the way, you can, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, just write them in to the comments section. I can pick it up here on StreamYard and answer any questions that you have. Just put it into the comments below so I can help and share any information that you need to help clarify what I'm doing with you today. So there we go. We have our income tab. This is really an important piece. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to do your monthly, and I would put, just so you know, so what the second tab is monthly dollars, and just count out 2 pages. So monthly dollars. This is really a powerful next step. So you're going to do monthly dollars, and I'm going to share with you what this looks like. So you write monthly dollars, and you're going to count off 2 pages. So I go to my income tab because that's the last segment that I have. Look at that, I did it backwards. So silly. So you definitely want lessons learned. You want to make sure you put your tabs so you can read them from the front, not from the back of the book. So hold on a minute, let me just move this tab. I love that I could do this. And you're going to count out. So you're going to count out from the income 1, 2. And you're going to put your monthly tab there. So you'll see that I now have income and monthly over here. Now the monthly, this is going to take you a little bit of thought for yourself to really think through and to know, because one of the things that's really important when you're planning out your year is not only how much money do you have coming in, how much money do you plan on really spending? And let me share what that means. So the reason I'm doing 2 sides is this is going one side of your money, your monthly piece, if I'm writing this out, is one side is my monthly self-care numbers. Self-care numbers. So I'm always going to put that in there. I'm going to do my monthly household numbers. So I'm putting that in there. I'm putting over here my monthly business numbers. I'm putting it as a spend. And here I'm putting over my monthly total. So this is where your imagination, your dreams, your desires, your all of who you are comes into play in this monthly number. It's really important that you spend time with this, because one of the things that I found out was sometimes we just let things slide by us. We don't really decide how we want to spend our money. We don't really know. And sometimes we have an imagination of how we want to spend money, and it's not as clear to us as we want it to be. So, for instance, if you do monthly self-care, I'll share that from mine, right? So this is from last year. I'm putting mine in today as I'm talking to you. So here are a couple of things on my monthly self-care. My hair, my nails and pedicure. I like getting my nails done. Nails, my pedicures, my brows. I like to go twice a year to get them tattooed. I get a Reiki massage. I have my teeth cleaned and cared for. I love buying workout clothing. I love having a facial at least once a month done. I like I have a strength coach, a cleaning service because it's for myself, getting massages, having acupuncture. Those are part of my self-care. Now, in that also, you want to be able to put in the self-care. Not only, let's say you're not doing any of this right now. That's perfectly okay. The point is right now is to put it down, because unless you have it written down that this is how you want to take care of yourself, this is how you want to spend money on yourself, it'll never get done. You'll say, I don't never have enough. I don't know where I'm going. You have to put it down no matter what. So you put your self-care, maybe you're also going to put a therapist down, which I've done. You want to put, maybe it's you want to learn singing lessons, whatever you would consider as taking care of yourself, nobody else, just yourself. You write that down and you add it up. Right now, you're just saying, in 2022, how do I want to invest in my personal self-care? And that's your first thing that you're writing down. How would you want to take care of your personal self-care? Here is your monthly household expenses. What are the things that I want to have here in 2022 and plan? So your mortgage. So for me, for instance, not only do I put the mortgage of what I'm paying on my place, but I'm also putting in the extra dollars that I want to pay because I want to pay off my mortgage in a certain amount of years. So I list over here my mortgage and then my additional mortgage payment so that I can on this side over here. Sorry, I didn't let you know. So put it over here. My life insurance, then I have my life insurance, my long-term insurance, my husband's long-term insurance, our health care, our insurance, our disability insurance, his insurance. I have in here as my part of my monthly, my savings, how much money am I, what all the savings I want to have. I still have uh, one business investment that I'm paying off, so I had that in. I have my monthly household expenses I pay separately, both from the household for my accountant, and I also have my accountant for my business, so I have them in there. I have my food. I have my clothing that I buy. What's my clothing allowance? I have additional savings that include my vacation savings that I put aside, my gift savings that I put aside. I have a personal coach that I have in there. And that goes, so I list that all into these are the costs that I want to have on my list. So I put it in there, right? So these are the costs every month, no matter what, that I choose to pay out. And this is critically important. These are your choices. This is for you looking ahead for this year. This is what I want to spend my money on. This is what I'm planning to spend my money on. And it's really, really important that you put that in there. Good morning. I have a couple of people that are communicating. Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad that you're here to share with us. Yay for you. Thank you. So you want to be able to have that clearly written down on your monthly, your monthly household. And then we're going to go to your monthly business spend. So these are the things that you would love to spend your money on. Now, it may be things that you're already spending your money on, but it's also money that you want to spend money on, that you're planning for in the year. So that includes Canva, your LinkedIn, your high-end LinkedIn. It includes if you're in Kajabi, your Kajabi cost, putting that aside. It includes the team, your VAs that you want to hire. You're putting that number down. The biggest imagination of that number that you want to spend. If you're doing Facebook and Google ads, you're going to be putting that in. You can put your disability insurance if you're and you put your accountant that you want to put in. You put in your bookkeeper. You put in your right-hand person. So you write all of that in. Now remember, it's not what you're spending, it's what you want to spend on that you're writing. And this is really important, that you're writing what you want to spend on. So you have your monthly business, you have your monthly household costs, and you have your monthly costs. And then you add them all up. So what was your self-care cost? I could put it down here because this is what I'm going to be doing after I finish with you. So you're putting your self-care, you're putting your household, and you're putting your business. And then you're adding it up. So once you finish everything, you put your self-care, your household, your business, you're going to add it up. And then, because you've put in your savings, you've put in the dream things that you want to have, you've put all that, you will then know what your monthly nut is, right? That you want to be able to calculate in your income. Once you know this number, then it's so great to be able to then know, okay, I could hit that number. I could hit that number. I can hit that number. And so you want it in the book. It's so fabulous when you do this. It makes you feel so good when you see it and you go, all right. Because sometimes we're thinking about things nebulous in the sky. We're not really writing down. We're not really focusing. And this is really important in your book. Okay. Then the next thing you do, okay, we'll put it over here. Let's look at your next tab. So we've already done the income. We've counted out the monthly numbers. Now we're going to go to the self-confidence piece. So you're going to write your tab and you're going to count out 3 pages. And this is where you're going to write your self-confidence. So I'm here at my monthly, right? So I did that tab. Now I'm going to count out 3 pages. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count to my 3 pages. I'm going to write, for that tab, I'm writing self-confidence. And I'm going to take this tab that I just wrote out, and I'm going to place it so that's right there. Right? So now I have my income, I have my monthly, I have my self-confidence. Good morning, Barbara Barron. I'm glad that you're here. So glad that you're here, Barbara. So now we're at the self-confidence. Now, the self-confidence formula comes from Think and Grow Rich. And the self-confidence formula comes from Think and Grow Rich. And it's specifically on, well, I use this book, this version. So if you go to page 51, 3 pages is enough, Barbara. You want to make sure that, yes, 3 pages is enough, because you're only handwriting specifically what he tells you to write. So if you go to page 51 in the book, let me all read to you what the self-confidence formula says, and you are going to copy what he's written because it's the easiest way to do it. So, self-confidence formula. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. So I take that, and what I did was, let me go to my self-confidence self-confidence formula that I've written out so you can hear the comparison. I am highly favored. I generate well over $45,000 plus a month by influencing, impacting, inspiring, educating women leaders in business. I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards this attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. I focus on my absence. It's my connection to source. So I've taken what he wrote on page 51. I modified it a little bit for myself. He writes, number the second, I realize that my dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. I wrote exactly that in my book. And this is what I do. So I wrote, I realize that my dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical actions and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. I go back to what did he write on number as the third? We're on page 51 of faith, chapter of faith. I know through the principle of autosuggestion that any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. I go back to my page, and this is, Barbara, what you were asking the question before, this is why I have it handwritten. You have, when you write it by hand in your book, you get muscle memory. You see your own words. You say what you want to say. So I generate a certain amount of dollars every year by influencing, impacting, inspiring, educating, and lifting upwards women leaders in business. I am accepting and receiving money for services. I will never stop pursuing my chief aim until I have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. So I modified the statement, but you get the sense, right? You just follow what he's written in the book and you're putting it in, you're writing into yourself, your booklet, into these 3 pages of self-confidence formula for this coming year. It's really important to write it down. He continues to write. I have clearly written down the description of my definite chief aim in life. I will never stop pursuing my dream until I have developed self-confidence for its attainment. You rewrite that wording into your book, and I'm going to share you why after I finish. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction that does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them. 6, and in myself. 6, I will sign my name to this formula, committed to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I become a self-reliant, successful person. Hence, why you are writing it in your book by hand, and it should only, I think I gave you 3 pages. It really does take 3 pages of just writing it out, and then you sign it. And it's important to have it in your book because you are carrying this book wherever you go. So you're sitting in a doctor's office, you're able to pull out your book and read out your self-confidence formula. You are absolutely committed to having this success that you choose to have for this coming year, and you're choosing to have your self-confidence formula. So this is why we're writing this book. For those of you that are joining us, I'm going over how I do my yearly book, giving you the tools and the tactics that I've used and that have been extraordinarily successful for me, besides the fact that it's so important that you stay engaged. And 100% correct. Handwriting is the most powerful tool that you can use. Write as crisp and clean as possible. So if you coming in late, I'm just sharing again my success formula for me so that you can all follow to get yourself a really easy, light composition book. Get yourself a whole bunch of these tabs. Get yourself something like, get a Sharpie, especially for the tabs because they erase over time, and be able to write it off. So hi, everybody that's here. She agreed. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. You could always write any questions you have about this as I go through it so that you can be focused. All right. So that was the self-confidence formula. Again, the self-confidence formula, if you want to find it, it's in the Think and Grow Rich book. It's in the chapter of faith. In my copy, it's on page 51. The next thing you're going to write, and I'm sharing what each page is going to look like. The next one you're going to write is what I call 17 seconds. So just take one of the tabs and you're going to write 17 seconds. Great. So you're going to take the 17 seconds tab and you're going to count out 5 pages. So we're taking from, right, we had the self-confidence formula. Whoops, I'm sorry. So we had the self-confidence formula. Now we're going to write out, how many pages did I say? 5 pages. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my little 17 seconds tab and I'm going to place it right here. So now you place your 17 seconds tab. And let me share with you what the 17 seconds are. So 17 seconds tab. Thank you so much for doing that. I did this and it was a game changer. Yeah, this is amazing. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing piece. And Barbara, you asked, what do you write daily? I'm going to tell you about that. I want to finish the whole book first. And what are your tabs? Somebody asked. These tabs, I ordered them from Amazon. They're just reusable sticky tabs like this. They look like this. And I'm able to write on them. And so that I'm able to put them into my book just like this. So I just counted out on the 17 seconds, 5 pages. Now here's what the 17 seconds is. There is someone named Esther Hicks, and okay, so they want to know what the topics are. Let me just catch up with you all. So the tabs are going to be income, that's 14 pages. Monthly, 2 pages. Self-confidence, 3 pages. 17 seconds will be 5 pages. The Jabez prayer is 3 pages. Affirmations, I have 5 pages. Your 2022 declaration is 4 pages. Your guides are 2 pages. Milestones are 5 pages. And I'm going to be going through all of these, but those are your tabs. I hope that helps you. Anybody that's watching, I'm just, I guess you could print screen to capture that for yourself if that's what you want to do. There you go. Okay. So there you go. So there you screenshot it. You could get it. Keep it. Yay, yay. All right. So let me share what the 17 seconds are. Abraham Hicks, which is a metaphysical teacher, personal development, shares that, we have to be able to shift our energy, shift our thoughts, because we all get there. We get like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. This is so rough. This is, how do I shift my thoughts? How do I shift my energy? So when we're in those not happy places, right? Those rough times, we all have them. I have them. You'll have them. Everybody has them. She shares about that in 17 seconds, you could change your thoughts, you could change your mind, you could change your perspective. If it's all about, so you have to have something that you can say to yourself that is like a whack, wake up, you're amazing kind of moment. What I've done is I've actually taken my phone and timed myself. So 17 seconds, and I used Otter to talk it into. So 17 seconds of some sort of dynamic, life-changing, change your perspective. So that when I'm in the sad part, the hard part, the rough part, I will turn to my 17-second tab in my book, and I know I could read these, and if I read this and I know it's only 17 seconds, I will change my attitude. If it's more than 17 seconds, it's really hard because you're already beating yourself up. You're in a rough spot, you're in down, you're sad, maybe you're missing your mom. Like you just get into this down mode and you need to stay up. So for instance, this is what I have. Focus on 17 seconds. 17 seconds of pure bliss. I trust. I'm a manifester. I am confident. I am favored. I'm Yoda to millions of Jedi women. I am Pegine. I have Pegine power. I lead power women worldwide. I allow God to work in me, through me, around me. I follow the flow. That is a 17-second statement. I have another one. I put space, right? So that was just one I read. And then I put space. And here's another one of my 17 seconds. I'm amazing. Life is good. The universe conspires to bless me abundantly. I rejoice. I love smiling. I love experience anticipation. I expect good things to flow to me. I love me. I love David. I adore my kids. I ask God to bless me abundantly. I'm excited because I feel great and happy. I ask God to flourish me in health, wealth, and love. I am well. I'm highly favored. I'm a star. Now, imagine you're feeling crappy. It's a crappy day. It's a crappy moment. You're in that mode. You open yourself in 17 seconds, and this is what happens to me. I open my book. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll open my book, and I do start out like this. Fine. I am flowing. I am leader of the Power Women Worldwide movement. I am recognized as a leader in the women's leadership and business movement. Women flock to me. Women come to me. I'm really happy. I attract the most dynamic women. I attract the perfect women. It's all comes so easily and effortlessly. I'm in flow. I'm exuberant. I'm happy. The producer in me makes me feel energized, loving, and kind. 17 seconds. Then I went from being angry and sad and depressed to like, oh my gosh, this is my real truth. This is who I really am. This is why the 17 seconds is so important. So you put that in your tab and you write 17 seconds. You take Otter, you just speak it out, time it, and then write it so that you start collecting 17-second statements that you can use when you're feeling most down. It is critically important for your success to have that. So now we're really starting to fill our books, right? We've had income, monthly dollars, self-confidence, forming second seconds. And now we're going to go to the next tab. The next tab is the Jabez prayer. Now, depending on who you are and what your beliefs are and what your beliefs aren't, you could choose any prayer you want. I happen to really love the Jabez prayer. Just because what I find when I do it is I am able to be lifted up in a very defined way. And I'm going to share with you what the Jabez prayer, you could all just, Google Jabez prayer and you can put it into your book. I say to count out on Jabez prayer, you're counting out 3 pages. So here's my 17 seconds, right? Page over here. So now I'm going to count out 3 pages. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move the pages over here, and I'm going to put this at the top. So I'm starting a new section, right? Jabez prayer. Now the Jabez prayer, let me read what I wrote in my book to you, and I'm going to, God, it's so funny. I use this book so much that my My tabs, look at this. I use them so much that my tabs get eroded by the time the end of the year comes. That's why using a Sharpie is really important, and that's why, I could change them, but it's really, yes, exactly. 17 seconds to remind yourself of your accomplished, kind of like having your mom remind you how wonderful you are. Yes, that's exactly it. It's like your mom reminding you. It's like Santa Claus reminding you. It's so critically important. So the Jabez prayer, as simple as it is bless me indeed, expand my territory, that you would be with me. Let me just get a really good one to read it to, because mine is, I I'll share what I do with my Jabez prayer, but I want to read it to you so that you can really hear what it says. Uh, Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. So that's what the Jabez prayer says. And let me just take this for you so you have it in the recording and you can see it. So the Jabez prayer says this. So there it goes. Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. So that's what that's one version of the Jabez prayer. Let me share what I've done with my Jabez prayer, so you understand why I've given you so many pages to put aside when you're writing it. So I put bless me indeed. Bless me in happiness, joy, and bliss. Bless me with great business sales, know-how, and wisdom. Bless me and guide me in absence and health. You already do. Guide me to my constant state of wellness that I acknowledge is already in me. Bless me with love, wealth, prosperity, expansion, joyous abundance, uplifting love. Bless me with magnetism. Bless me with the perfect women who love my groups, tell the world about the group, and bless me daily with their participation. I attract Jedi women. I attract women's organizations, professional women's organizations, and organizations with a large number of women employed by those organizations. Bless me with my perfect people to grow me and my business. Bless me in prosperity, abundance, and wealth. Bless me indeed with health and vitality, and with awareness of all the health and vigor I have. I am highly favored. Bless me so I express my enthusiasm, passion, vision, persistence, and determination. Thank you for blessing me richly. So that's how I use my. That's my first way of. That's how I start. Then expand my territory, which is what the Jabez had cried out to them. And that says, expand my territory. This is what I wrote for me. Expand my reach to women leaders and influencers. Open my eyes and heart to opportunities to serve and grow women leaders and experts worldwide. Expand my reach to Jedi women, the special women called to lead and grow. Expand my reach, expand my message, expand my mind and ideas, expand my territory. I trust you with my life and energy. Use me for good. Use me to elevate women. Use me to lift women. I am one of the top motivational and influential speakers in the world for women and leaders. I thrive. I'm in the news all the time. I'm bold, brave, seen, heard, and paid well. Expand my territory. I am highly favored. I'm abstinent. God strengthens my abstinence. Then he writes in this, let your hand be with me. And I wrote that you would be with me, that you would hold my hand. Pure, positive, loving energy, God, infinite intelligence, divine love, source energy. Connect with me always. I'm connected to you always. Because of you, I'm thriving. Because of you, I have solutions, ideas, and always positive results. You have my back always. You, HP, higher power, light my life, light up my path, and show me the way. Goddess energy, lead me for my highest magnificent good. Oh, and then he writes, and keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain. Oh, that you would be mine. Flow me in gold waters downstream. I flow with ease because of your source and pure, positive, loving energy. I am favored, flourishing, and blessed. Keep me from evil that I cause no pain. I surrender to you. Keep my pure positive energy field strong. Show me the ways so that I only attract positive, happy people, positive, powerful opportunities. Keep me from evil so that I don't cause pain to myself or others. Release all resistance to my highest good. Remove all barriers that hold me from all the gifts waiting for me. So you can expand it for yourself. You can expand the Jabez prayer. You just write it down. Now, you may have your own prayer, your own something that calls to you. You don't have to use mine, but you want to use something that fulfills your soul, that wakes you up, and you want it in your book. It's critically important. It's very, very important to have something for yourself. Okay, then we move to the next thing. So the next thing is affirmations. So you're taking these are the tabs. So you're going to take affirmations, and from the Jabez pair that you had 3, you're now going to count from Jabez 5 pages for affirmations. So here's my Jabez prayer, right? So now I'm going to count 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take the tab and I'm going to write for myself affirmations. So you write for yourself affirmations. Now, the reason that I have 5 pages here is as I evolve and as I change and as I grow, I'm attracted to different affirmations, right? The affirmations I was attracted to when I was younger are very different than the affirmations that I am attracted to now. And so I need to be able to have space to write down those affirmations that are helping me stay focused about where I'm going, making myself clear about where I'm going. So I've now put 5 pages to write my affirmations. I can write a couple of them now down, but most importantly, I want space where over the year, as I hear something or somebody says something that's like, oh my gosh, that was a message for me. I write that message. Can you all, if you can hear me already, I just hit a wire. So I want to make sure that you all hear me well. So when I write my affirmations, I want to make sure that I feel them. So it's funny, some of my affirmations that I've heard people say is like, I see it, I have it, I'm with the Supreme, everything flows to me, all flows to me. I love that. I love reading. Another one that I had wrote this year was, I can't wait to serve the Power Women worldwide. I'm so excited to speak to them, coach them, inspire them, and grow them. That was from one of my coaches saying, write something that says, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to go on our trip to Alaska. I can't wait to have Reiki sessions monthly. I can't wait to have soaring confidence in my power to lead millions of women worldwide. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I'm compelled to lead Power Women worldwide. I'm so useful that you know me powerfully. It's so interesting when you start writing out these affirmations that come to you. So sometimes it's been coached to share it. That's really important. So you want to have a place where you could write your affirmations. It's critically important to your success. Then you go next. So let's go to the next tab. The next tab is your 2022, or if you're watching this a year later, 2023 or 2024 declarations. So you want to do your declarations by taking from your affirmations tab and doing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here you want to put in the tab of declarations. So you write, and let me just share what that is. First, let me put it down for me. So I'm doing. I'm going to have to write it better later on. The one good thing about having these removable tabs is that if you write and it's all messed up, you could redo them really easily. So here you're putting in as your 22 declarations. Now here's the system to do this. The system to do this is you go back into your Think and Grow Rich and you turn to the page of page 28. Page 28 of Think and Grow Rich, where he lays out specifically what a declaration looks like. This is in Think and Grow Rich. It's in the area of desire. So Napoleon Hill writes a lot, and tons of people, you have to have a desire, a hot, flaming, hot desire. And then every individual who reaches the age of understanding the purpose of money wishes for it. Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and back with those plans and persistence which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. So what he writes, and this declaration is specifically designed, and this is what you're writing. First, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire this coming year. It's not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. That's not going to work. You have to be definite to the amount of money that you want. And there's a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in subsequent chapters. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is always an exchange, so you have to know what are you going to give in return. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Stating the date is critical. 4, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you're ready or not, to put the plan in action. This is the beginning of you taking action. Just doing this book and just writing down your definite aim is how you start. 5th, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire, name and the time limit for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. 6, read your written statement aloud twice daily, once just before retiring at night, and once after arising in the morning. As you read, see, and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. This is why this book works. This book is your declaration piece. It is why you are staying so focused like a laser. You're committed. You're determined. You are going to get this job done. You're going to have what you want to have. And when you start reading your declaration and start really saying it on a daily basis, you will find yourself feeling, you will start seeing yourself have things that are beyond your wildest imagination. That I know for sure. So your declaration can look like, let me just get to my declarations because I think I just changed the date on it. So for me, I have 2 declarations in my book. One is for my health and one is for my, thank you so much, Tanya. I really appreciate you saying that. One is for my health and one is for my lifestyle. So I have it written down. Notice I only have it on 2 pages. So let me read what I wrote so you all know how I put my declaration. Now I've just added it. By July, well, I'll do what I had. By December 31st, 2021, I have a strong, well, and healthy body of 140 pounds. 100 pounds go bye-bye. My body transforms from time to time throughout the year. Reiki, Reiki, Reiki. Abstinence is my daily practice. In return for this transformation, I take care of me and my body, loving it as it is, cherishing it and treating me and my body as sacred. I drink clean spring water, eat organic vegetables and fruit. I exercise, go into nature. I walk 10,000 steps daily. I lift weights. I use my body in healthy ways. I nourish my mind. uplifting positive messages. I use my spirituality to connect throughout the day with source, Reiki, Reiki, Reiki. I am gray sheet absent. I measure my food 3 meals a day, 0 in between. I believe I have a healthy, strong, fit, well body. I exercise, eat well, sleep well, live well. I know it is my reality, my way, my life. I know gray sheet. I go to meetings. I weigh and measure my food and talk to my support. I make 3 calls a daily. It is a daily choice, a life affirming, loving choice. I live in my solution. I accept, allow, receive all the force has for me. I'm a clear channel of love and light. I daily choose absence. Absence is my most important. This action, divine love blesses me and makes miracles. So yes, I have lost 58 pounds. I have not lost the rest of it. So I have increased this for July 31. Did I do most of the things on this list? Absolutely. Did I walk 10,000 steps? Not so much. Did I lift weight? Not at all. So I'm rewriting this for my 2023 because I've gone very far, but I didn't achieve everything. And so I want to make sure that I take full responsibility of saying what I say I'm going to do. So let me go to the other piece. I'm a manifester. It's here and now. My ideas bring my manifestations through HP. It's a glorious journey. I am favored. I did it. By December 31st, 2021, I have in my possession 500K or more, which comes to me in various amounts from time to time during 2021. I declare and demand it so that I'm a superstar for personal professional development for women all over the world. We have reached very close, and now we're just waiting a couple of deals to see if we could get them to pay us now before the end, because then we can go, yay, yay, yay. We are so close, and that's great. In return for this money, I have and give the most efficient service of which I am capable, rendering the fullest possible quality of service in the capacity of elevating, educating, coaching, mentoring, speaking, inspiring women leaders in business and the organizations they belong to. I am confident that they earn 200K a year and achieve results. I believe I have this money. I can touch it in my hands. It's now awaiting me at the time and in the proportion that I deliver the service. I intend to render for it. It is here now. I am assured. I am self-assured. I know that it is here now. I accept. I allow. I receive. So that's the declaration that I have written. That's my truth. I read it every single day. I read it sometimes twice a day to stay focused. And that's why it's critically important that you write your declaration in your book. Where is this? So today, once I finish this, I'll be going and rewriting, handwriting. It's really important that you're writing this by hand in this book. So let me just make sure that you're aware of the other things. So there's one more tab that we need to do in this, well, 2 more tabs that we have to do in this section. And then I'm going to end this piece, and then I'm going to restart so that I'll do number 2 or part 2 of this so that you have everything that you need to be able to create your book and be able to have your book created so you're prepared for this upcoming year. And that is my intention for today, because today is a perfect day to do this. I love that making it enjoyable has a stick with it factor. Yes. So true. Will this be recorded? Yes, I am. Not only am I recording this, it's going into Power Woman Elite, Power Woman Pro, and on YouTube. So once this is complete, I'll make sure that everybody gets the YouTube piece on it. So thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Yeah, because I know that people can be here and haven't listened, but I want to be able to make sure that everybody has what I use. Again, this is how I use it. This is what I do. And I think it's really important that people have their book. So now we're going to go. So for the declaration, right, we gave it 4 pages. So now we're going to do something called guides, and we're going to go for 2 pages. So that means we're going to take, so here's declaration, and I want to make sure that I gave myself 4 pages. Yeah, I did. Okay. So I have 4 pages. So here's declaration, and now I'm going to count out 2 pages. 1, 2. Now, this is a really interesting process. And for some of you, hey, you might find yourself going, oh man, she's getting a little bit whacked over here. But I promise you that if you follow through on these things, you will feel really, 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 really happy that you did. So now we have, right? I have my Jabez prayers, my affirmations, my 2021 declarations, my guides. And then I have over here, so just so everybody understands where we're going, right? I have my income, my money numbers, my self-confidence formula of 17 seconds. So now I have guides. And what are guides? Well, in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talked about his guides that he accessed individuals who have passed to help him be his highest best. And he used Abraham Lincoln for strength and honesty. He had um, Benjamin Franklin for wisdom and writing. He had a bunch of different people that he picked on. I'll tell you. So I then went and wrote my own. So here are the guides that I use, and I'm going to be going through them to say, do I still want these individuals as my guides? Do I want some more? So my guides and inviters included Helen Keller, an author, speaker, adjunct professor. She wrote 14 books. She graduated from Harvard, was an activist for women's rights and disabilities, and wrote her memoir. She was blind, she was dead, and I'm just reading Barbara saying, so you count the pages from each section, i.e. declaration to guides. The declaration section should be 2 pages for writing. Yes, your declaration should really only been 2 pages, because you're going to have maybe your health on one side and your business on the other. Don't make it longer than that, because we have to be able to use you have to be able to read your declaration. You have to stay very focused on it. And if it's too long, you won't do it. So this is my sorry, people. This is my health declaration. This is my business declaration. It's just 1 page, very focused, very focused. You don't want to make it bigger than that, Barbara, because you just won't. We're human. I know that we won't do it. So your guide section, just to go back to what the guides are, is for you to think about people who inspire you and use you. So for me, I have Helen Keller. I have Eleanor Roosevelt, diplomat, activist, longest serving First Lady of the U.S. She was the president and founder of the Commission of the Status of Women. She was a powerhouse. She didn't care about what people thought about them. I thought it was fantastic. I have Madam Walker, who's a entrepreneur, philanthropist, social activist, female, the first self-made female millionaire in the United States. And she was the first Black woman, and she was Sarah the Black. But she just believed in her product and her service, and she was enthusiastic and a visionary in a time when this was unheard of. Loved her. Mae West, I love her. So she was a comedian, a playwright, a businesswoman, lighthearted, bawdy. I also have angels and I have Yoda. What do you use with the guides? So sometimes I might have a challenging issue or challenging problem. I will go to my guide page and say, okay, guides, I'm asking for your insight. What would you do in this situation? What are the guidance that you would have in this situation? And I want to be really clear who my guides are so that I can easily access the insight and information. So that's why you're doing the guides. Finally, you're doing milestones, and milestones is a key. So we're going to do milestones, and let me share with you what I mean about milestones throughout the year. And milestones, you're giving yourself 5 pages, because I want you to have ultimate, amazing, incredible success. So with the milestones, again, what did I say? 5 pages, right? So with the milestones, let me just confirm that. Yeah, 5 pages. So with the milestones, what this is you don't write anything now, right? So I'm taking my guides and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with the milestones, and I put them up here. Starting throughout the year, you're going to find yourself doing extraordinary things. And unless you write them down, you forget that how amazing they are that happened. So for instance, I wrote down milestones. So milestones of last year for me were 15 women paid to be my book, Called to Lead, Success Strategies for Women. That's huge. That I hired Lisa and Lindsay and Lorianne and Amy to help with my business. That I got Microsoft to clean up my account and I was able to use SharePoint and create products. Those were big things for me. Hit 40K for months. That's super, super, super piece. Um, Sally Hogshead was my keynote. Crystal Washington was a keynote. Um, Hired my support team in the Philippines. Wrote a book, became a bestseller on Amazon, Women in Business, Women in Leadership, created video keynotes and resold them. Those are huge milestones that occurred during 2021. And so I have pages of that, and I need you to have pages of it. I love what you wrote, Barbara. Love milestones. We can dwell on what hasn't happened and forget all the wonderful things that have happened. I did this and felt empowered by all that I accomplished. This is a key piece of this. So I'm going to end this section right now. I'm going to be back in a few minutes so that we can work on the business plan. So you should have now in your book, and we're going to continue working in the book. So please be aware, this is your book for 2021. We just finished, and you should have on your thing, you should have your milestones that you're ready to calculate, your guides, who those people are, your 21 declaration, your affirmations, the Jabez book, your 17 seconds, self-confidence formula, your monthly numbers of what you want to spend, and your income dollars. So this is the first half of the book that we're working on today. So again, I'm going to just say that this is all being recorded. It is in Power Women Pro, it's in Power Women Elite, and it's being recorded in on my YouTube channel. I'll be able to send the YouTube link out to everybody. So there you go, and you have it. So let me just end this broadcast. I'm going to be coming right back on so we can continue for your 2022 or 23 or 24 year book. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much, Barbara, for the love. Thank you so much for Tanya. All right, I'm going to be right back, everybody. So don't go anywhere. Oh, by the way, everybody, my name is Pegine, and I'm the founder of Power Women Worldwide. Glad that you're all here. Let me just get this.